Hey everyone, welcome back. Um, I have to say I'm sorry I could not provide you with good sound quality, um, and that's because I don't have extra equipment here like microphone. Or I'm just recording with my laptop, and that's because uh, I'm restricted in here, right? Because of the coronavirus pandemic. Um, we are just here and it's lockdown, and I'm just trying my best to use what I have uh, to reach out to my students who are at home. So I hope you bear with me. Maybe in a later series I might try to get some real video recording equipment to make it much better. Anyway, so we are going to practice all the things that we spoke about in the previous sessions. We are going to put all of them together. And we are going to create an HTML file from scratch. All right, and then we are going to, um, you know, create those tags, the document type, the HTML elements, head and body, and we are going to put in some content. So for now, what we are going to talk about is strictly for those who are using computers, either a laptop or um, a desktop. All right. The things that you need are text editors, all right, or ID integrated development environment, and then a browser, of course, for previewing your work. Um, you should know that if you are using um, PC with Windows PC, you have a default text editor there that is Notepad. Notepad alone is enough for you to do web development. However, I personally don't like it because it's not sophisticated enough to provide syntax highlighting, auto completion, and other things that I would like. So, um, first, let's look at some text editors out there that people use. You might see your choice in it. All right. So there's a list best IDEs for web development. Um, we have Visual Studio Code. It is free. You can get it for Windows operating system, Mac OS like mine, and those who are even on Linux. There's PHP Storm for sale. There's WebStorm, Vim. There's IntelliJ, IDEA, Angular ID, NetBeans. This is also open source free. So um, you can look through. Personally, I like Visual Studio Code. So most of the things that will be the code that you see me write will actually take place in the Visual Studio Code development environment. So um, to actually do this, we need to create a folder so that all our files that we'll be creating will be organized at one place. So let's navigate to our document, right? And then create a new folder and call it uh, HTML HTML 101 HTML underscore 101. Okay, you can name your folder anything. I decided to name it HTML underscore 101. The next thing is to open my Visual Studio Code, right? And then well, what I can do is go to File and go to Open. Okay, so in here I'm going to look for my folder name, select it, and so my folder is now loaded inside VS Code. Okay, so here I can um, or we can actually start uh, doing what we want to do. Now you realize that when you bring your cursor here, you have this new file icon. Okay, so you click on it. It gives you the opportunity to create a new file into the selected folder. In this case, it's HTML underscore 101. Um, in most cases, the very first file, HTML file that we create is called index, and that's because by default the browser uses the index as the home page. Okay, um, so it's just that kind of convention. So we just name it index, and then this is very important. The next thing to do is to add .html. Okay, .html. It is this extension .html that makes your file an HTML file. .html, and VS Code is kind of very intelligent. The moment we made it .html, it knows we are going to create an HTML file. So the default icon provide is what? The left angle bracket and the right angle bracket. And we discuss these are the notations for tags in HTML. So let's press enter to create this file. And we have this index.html created here. We said that the very first thing that we need to do in an HTML document is to specify a doc type, right? So doc type HTML, right? And then the next thing is to now notice, because VS Code is kind of intelligent, it provides intellisense, right, and auto completion. So the moment you type something, it recognizes the tag, and then just press enter, it will complete it for you. Okay, so we know that the HTML element has two children, the head, okay, and then the body. Okay, so this is basically the general structure of the HTML. What have we done so far? We created a folder in documents, we loaded it in our text editor, alright, and then we created a new file called index. We gave it the extension .html because this is an HTML file. If it is .php, then it will be a PHP file, or Java, it will be a Java. .cpp to be any, all these things, or .py will be a Python file. Now, all these are different programming languages. Remember, HTML is not a programming language, though. It's just a markup language. So what we are saying is that, look, browser, we want you to display some text. This is where it starts and this is where it ends. For example, when I say P, all right, for paragraph, and I say hello world, right? So we just mark the beginning and the end of that text, all right? And so the browser knows how to render these things to display whatever it is that we want it to display. So we are familiar with the paragraph tag, right? Other tags that are available, there are a lot of them. Okay, is one of them is heading. Okay, heading, and see, to give the heading of something. Excuse me, I'm just messing up with everything here. We have uh, six different headings. Okay, depending on their font size. So we have heading 1, H1. Okay, and say maybe this is heading 1. And so we duplicate this 6 times. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's change this to H2, this to H3, H4, H5, and then H6. And so this will now be heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. All right. Then we have a paragraph at the bottom. Okay, we can go ahead and preview this to see how it will look like, right? Sorry about that. Okay, so to actually preview this, I wanted to use a shortcut, but it looks like my server is down. So let's go back to document where we have our file. We open it, we now see this index.html file that we have created inside VS Code. It's saved in the folder as we mentioned. Right? You just right click on it, select open with. You can select your browser that you want to open with. I want to open mine in Google Chrome. Alright, so I select Google Chrome and then I wait. And this is what I have. This is heading 1, this is heading 2, this is heading 3, up to heading 6, and then our hello world is at the bottom. Now, you realize that heading 1 is the biggest, heading 2 second biggest, and they follow each other in that particular sequence. So now you do know that you have this H1 or the heading tags that can help you to label things well, to give them nice heading depending on what you want to do. Okay, that's it. Now there is another tag called line break. All right, line break. And so the line break is, let's say you have a lot of text. You just want to push one to the bottom, or you want to bring a deliberate space between two things that are on top of each other. What I'm saying is that if we preview this as we preview in the browser, you see it, but if we want to bring more space here, what we can do is to put a line break between. Okay, and the line break is inserted using the BR. Okay, and this is an empty element. Okay, you just want to break a line, you are not going to add any content to it, so there is no point in having opening and closing tags. So just the BR alone is enough. So when we go back and refresh, you see that there is an extra space added. We can actually break this hello. So assuming we want the hello to be on one line and the word also on another line, we can actually break this one as well. Hold on. So we have BL, and then let's save, refresh, and we realize that now the word is brought beneath the hello. So that's what the line break does. All right, we have horizontal and a line. Okay, so let's say we want to bring horizontal line between heading 4 and then heading 5. All we can do is to bring the HR. This is also an empty element. You just want to rule a horizontal line, so there is no need for an opening and closing tag. So when we go back and refresh our page, we see this horizontal line here. Okay, we will end here and continue later, but let's have a quick recap. We looked at IDEs, and then we spoke about these popular ones that are available. Now, for those of you who are interested in knowing how to install your favorite IDE, for example, Visual Studio Code, you can just go to um, install, all right? Install uh, Visual Studio Code, okay? And this should take you to this site, code.visualstudiocode.com, blah 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 setup, right? So over here, um, you look at the the platforms, all right? If it is for Windows, you click on Windows, right? And then um, you download this one here, the installer for Windows, and then you double click on the setup. It's pretty much easy. Just follow the instructions and then you get installed. Um, it's basically the same way for most of these IDs that we spoke about as well. So let me know in the comment section if you are having any problem. Um, I'll get back to you and then we'll do more HTML code. All right, see ya.